Welcome to Mine Explorers, episode 31. This is the mining history episode.
You have your announcer voice on.
Yeah.
And today we'll be talking about Park City Miners Day Parade and how it went down and the Burjack's role.
You know, I actually talked to my mom the other day, and she said that I've been practicing my announcer voice since I was 5.
I believe it.
Yeah.
You can see that in Tacoma too.
Yeah, she said I used to get tape recorders and cameras. When I was little, we had a tape recorder, and I'd record little made-up radio shows. And then when I got older, I started making videos. So apparently my announcer voice has been well polished and used, but not for a show. Which is funny because I never had any aspirations to really be a radio announcer, have a show or anything. It just kind of...
You just like to hear yourself talk.
Yeah, maybe.
Good. That's why you have a podcast.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Well, today we're going to talk about the Park City Miners Day Parade because we were there. That's why we missed last week's episode, because we were literally in the parade, which was a lot of fun, but a lot of work as well.
We didn't miss the episode. We're just 2 days late.
We're just 2 days late.
Yeah, so I'm going to edit and post it today.
Oh,
so we're
sweet.
only 2 days late.
Oh,
we
not
didn't
bad.
miss a week.
Not bad.
No, we're fine. No, we're just a little behind. We
This
usually
week-
like to shoot a week in advance if we can and have one in the can.
I feel like this week has just been an absolute whirlwind.
Yeah. So Labor Day is Park City Miners Day, and it's an annual celebration celebrating the mining heritage of Park City. So a lot of people think about Park City, they think Sundance Film Festival, they think bougie ski resorts and rich people. And
Which it is now.
while Park City has
but-
all of those things, it started out as a mining town.
Yep.
And in fact, Park City had opened its first resort in the 60s, 1960s.
Yeah, 1960s
And
around.
they actually used the old mining infrastructure to create the lift. So you could actually go through one of the tunnels on the old mine train and ride the mine hoist up to the top of the mountain and ski down. And that's how they started. They actually got a federal grant to start a ski resort because silver prices were garbage. Because as we know in mining, cyclicality
And the demonetization of silver dropped. And so what happened was Nixon took the U.S. off the gold standard and silver standard. And so that was what plummeted the Park City's mines. So then, because Park City they're all silver mines, right?
almost overnight, yeah.
Almost, yeah, they're all silver mines. And so when that happened, it really silver was just almost worthless at that point. So Park City transferred from being a mining town into a ski town to save the town, essentially.
Yeah, and it was a very slow transition. It's not like overnight suddenly there were a
course.
bunch of ski resorts. It started out with just using the old mine infrastructure to create the skiing, and then over time it grew to be bigger. But the silver goes way back. So if you've seen Newsies, the play or the movie, you know about William Randolph Hearst and the Hearst publishing empire. Well, what a lot of people don't know is that William Randolph Hearst's father, George Hearst, made his fortune in the mines of Park City.
Right.
And a lot of others did. It minted quite a few millionaires.
Definitely.
So there's a really rich history there. And the district produced over $10 billion worth of silver in today's dollars.
Yeah, 10 to 15, about 400 million in historical value.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 400 million, and today several billion.
It was Utah's third largest mining district.
Yep.
Right?
So number one, Bingham Canyon, which is still in production, producing
Still
ounces
running today.
Number 2 is the Tintic District, which is still producing gold today, but has been on and off.
On and off, yeah.
And then number 3 was the Park City Mining District, which has not been active since the 90s.
Right.
And really shut down in the 80s. But some of the bigger producers, the Silver King and others, were pretty much done by the time we got into the 70s. So, and then it slowly transitioned into the place it is today. But there's still groups out there preserving the heritage of Park City, which is really cool. And that's what kind of brings us into the picture.
Right. So we've been working with Friends of Ski Mountain Mining History. It's a mouthful.
Which is part of the Park City Museum. They work really closely with the Park City Museum.
So they are really great at fundraising and restoring all of the buildings around Park City. So they've been working on the Silver King. They've been working on Thanes Mine and putting up plaques and everything. So like you can ski on the ski resorts and see the historical mining structures, which is really cool.
Yeah, and they've preserved quite a few structures.
They have.
And they've kind of worked their way up to some of the big ones, but they've restored head frames. They've restored
whole
trams.
buildings.
They've restored
they restored the
buildings,
Orban.
Mills. They stabilized the California Comstock Mill.
Yeah.
And now they're working on the Silver King. So the Silver King Hoist House is a really cool building. And what they've done there is working with Clark Martinez, who's from the Martinez family, which has been mining in Park City for 3 to 4 generations now. Really well-known family there. They've been restoring the buildings. They actually took the old roof off, put a new roof down, put the old roof back on top so it looks really nice.
It looks great.
They cleaned out the inside of the building. They took out all the broken window panes and everything, and now they're going to restore it so you can actually go through and do tours by invitation. So it won't just be open for the public to go wander up there.
Right.
But you can go, and they'll arrange tours through the museum and through Friends of Ski Mountain Mining History.
Yeah, definitely worth taking a look.
Go see the hoist and the head frame and all that. So
I remember,
really cool. And I mean, and we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars too worth of restoration.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the snowpack up there like just wreaks havoc on all of those structures.
It collapsed the Thanes.
But I remember like back in the day exploring the old Silver King mill, and it was a mess, and it was just falling apart. But now when you go up there, it's like a completely new building.
Well, the mill's still falling apart. It's still a mess. But the head frame building, the hoist house.
The hoist house building is,
So that's all restored. The mill is next. So the next probably 5-6 years, that'll be the big thing.
So if you want to donate to mining history,
we're talking about more than $1 million to do that.
Sure.
But it'll be well worth it. A lot of the issue with the mill and the hoist house and the other stuff is the asbestos abatement.
Yeah. Yep.
So taking out the asbestos, cleaning it up, but it creates these really nice historical structures that you can go see. So as part of Friends of Ski Mountain Mining History, we took an ore car that was donated to Friends. Crystal and I sit on the committee. And Park City Mountain Resort generously donated a beautiful ore car from the Silver King. And it was manufactured in 1943, and it has its own number. It's car number 143. And it is in great shape. And so
we'll put a picture of it here.
Yeah, definitely picture of it.
It was heavy.
This ore car, if you're interested, is going to be auctioned off, a silent auction that runs through September 15th of 2025. If you're watching this in the future and it's already over, now you know why. And it's going to support restoring these mining structures. So finishing off the Silver King, working on the Thanes, and then the big one will be the Silver King Mill, which is kind of the last and biggest thing.
Well, they're always doing stuff. They're actually working right now for a 7-mile self-guided tour where you can go to the museum, pick up a GPS, and then you can walk for 7 miles and see different structures along the way in a self-guided tour.
Very cool.
Which seems really awesome, but that's quite an undertaking too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's so much to see out there. It blows my mind, and it's just so exciting that there's a group who are like dedicating themselves to keep those structures in place and restored, and like teach people like, hey, we're not just a bougie ski town. We're actually are deeply rooted into the mining industry, which is really neat to see.
Yeah, so it's really cool because we picked up this ore car. And we put it in the parade, and we made a float, and we actually won the best historical float.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Nice.
And so
we did last year.
That's another donation to the museum and to Friends of Ski Mountain, which is great. But we built a little trailer to put it on, and we put it in the parade, and then we walked in the parade, and we had posters that show all the structures at risk, and then posters that show the structures that still need to be saved. And it was really well received, and we really enjoyed being in the parade, and we'll show you a little footage of it right here. You can kind of see what our float looked like. You can go. You're good.
Yeah, it's always, the parade's a good time. It does take a lot of work to be in a parade float, but it's worth it.
Really fun day. Got the kiddos out, got grandpa and grandma out, and all the Friends of Ski Mountain Mining History, which is a great group. It's all volunteers.
Yeah,
There's no
super
paid
nice.
positions. Everyone does it because they love the mining history. And so that was really cool. And then we worked with SME and the Women in Mining.
Women in Mining, yeah.
Help with the booth, and Jenny from our team did that, so that was really good.
Yeah, that was fun. So we had a little booth that just showed, we do a little thing called What's in an Oreo. So you kind of break down, there's like 15 different ingredients or minerals that like say, is this in an Oreo or not? So the kids get to decide like, oh, is this in an Oreo? Is this not in an Oreo? So it's a good learning exercise for them to be like, oh, actually there's quite a bit of minerals that we mine even here in Utah that are inside an Oreo cookie.
Yeah. Does it make you want to eat one after you read about it?
Of course, I love Oreos. It's my favorite naughty cookie.
Yeah, they are pretty good.
But
yeah, so it was a fun day, and that's why we missed our normal filming deadline. So our episode's a couple days late, but we were up there working on that, working really hard, and yeah, it was a good time, and we'll resume here.
Oh, but most fun about the Park City Miners Day Parade is they do a drilling competition.
Oh, a mucking and drilling competition.
Yeah, so let's not forget about that, because we unfortunately missed it this year because honestly it was just crowded.
Yeah.
Like the turnout was, it was packed.
Well, we dropped the ore car off to a place where it can stay until the auction's finished.
Yeah, so we were a little
sign
late
on it, and so we missed half the drilling competition, but we did catch a little bit. So I've got a little bit of footage of the mucker.
Yeah, but it's really neat to see the miners like use the heavy equipment. It's like you really do appreciate like how hard that type of work is.
The son of the inventor of the mucking machine, his last name's Rosenblatt. I can't remember his name, but he wrote a book about the invention of the mucking machine, and he called it Wrestling with the Bear.
Yes.
And because that's really what it looks like.
When you see him move it, it looks like they're wrestling with the bear. Yeah.
So they do that, and then the pneumatic drilling that they do in the drilling competition, that is a heavy piece of machinery, and these guys throw it around, and some of these guys are getting up there, and they've been doing it for, one of the miners who was in the drilling competition had been mining for 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and they throw this thing around. These are some tough guys.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no,
that's fun. The drilling and mucking competition. If you've never seen a drilling and mucking competition, highly recommend it.
It's a must-see, definitely.
So now it's all pneumatic, but historically in all these mining districts, they would have annual, usually on around the 4th of July or different times, they would have annual drilling and drilling competitions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if mucking is a little newer, but they do drilling competitions with the single jack and the double jack.
Yep.
And the guys, especially the double jack, which is where you have one guy who holds the pick and rotates it, another guy who swings the sledge. The double jacking competition was highly competitive, and these guys could win like a month's worth of wages.
Yeah.
Just from winning these competitions. But all the side bets and gambling that were going on, they could win potentially like a year's worth salary.
Yeah.
So these guys would compete and practice really hard to compete in these drilling competitions. So this is the modern version of it. And there is a cash prize, but it doesn't represent.
It's not going to pay a month's worth
of wages. Yeah, for
it might cover your travel expenses.
Yeah,
maybe.
But they do it for fun, and it's really cool that these guys still come out because underground miners who still drill with a pneumatic drill by hand.
There's not many of them left now.
There aren't because it's done by machines most of the time. So these are like hand, they wrangle these things in and show a picture of what this looks like.
Yeah, it's a good way to get their name out there of like, just being hard workers and knowing what they're doing underground. So it's awesome. Yeah, definitely a must see if you have the opportunity.
I'm glad I didn't forget that. So that's our episode. Short, sweet, simple. And we will resume next week with news because there's a lot going on in the mining world. We are rolling into September and we're as busy as ever. And we're seeing a lot of momentum in a lot of different segments of the industry.
Yes, we are.
And gold is at all-time highs again. We are over $3,500 an ounce and silver went over $42 an ounce yesterday.
Yep.
So
a lot of opportunity in mining.
And the mining junior stocks are finally seeing some love. And I'm seeing some of the juniors being able to raise capital. Just barely opening that door, but it's starting.
Let's go, juniors.
So, nice to touch base with our roots and mining history, and then we'll jump back to our regular programming next week. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, leave comments, and we'll see you next time.